When we were little, we all pretended to run away. It was funny until our parents got mad. Well, today I'm building an orphanage in Bloxburg for all of the people who really don't have a home, because sadly a lot of people don't. But on a happier note, let's name the plot It's a Hard Knock Life for Us. So I'm not gonna hang about doing the outline for the orphanage. And honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing here. When I looked up orphanage exterior, first of all, I don't really know if they even exist anymore. All of these pictures look well old. How musty it was, the camera quality back then. We're gonna make ours obviously look as nice as it would back in the day, because orphanages don't have to be creepy. Anyhow, as you can see, I'm trying to make the roof look kind of like bougie. It looks very cathedral-esque. And now we're gonna put other bricks in. Since they are normally quite old buildings, we've got to put some like old crusty shingles. And now this just looks like some big bar of chocolate or something, but I mean, I'm down for it. After Christmas, I don't need any more chocolate.
Chocolate bars, dark chocolate cake, chocolate and mango cake.
But who could say no to some more chocolate? We can just have like balconies now. What kind of balconies? You know, those like fake balconies that aren't really balconies. I mean, if you're slender enough, you might be able to get out onto these, but mostly they're just for decoration. Why do I actually love it as the concrete texture? Okay, bougie build. Back to the pillars. We're just literally gonna have these plain ones, and then I'm gonna have to do a building hack, guys. This one's actually kind of hard. That has gone from a 4 out of 10 to a good 8 out of 10 now. And the building hack is, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Diddly. What? It's definitely not called Diddly. Exterior wall with squares going down. Found them. This is what they're called, coined corners. But do you see now how that's going to be kind of hard, because Bloxburg hasn't added them yet? There's 2 ways to do this, the easy way and the hard way.
No, we can either do this the easy way or the hard way.
Low-key for once, just want to do the easy way. This is where we're going to get a painting now. This is so old school Bloxburg, guys. Then we're going to look up wood or something. I don't even know if this will work. And then supposedly, if you add it up like this, it's meant to look like that wall trim. That looks horrifying. Do you know what long way it is? So as you saw, I just placed a few along. Now I'm using the transform tool to obviously make them neater. But you know what? I'm happy with it. It might look like the Oakland mansion out of Minecraft, but that is just fine. It's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay, guys.
I'm okay.
Also, if we do this exterior for ages, I've literally been doing it for like half an hour. I want to try bay windows. You're my bay. Why do they kind of actually go with this vibe? Then we'll pair this with some factory windows. So detailed, guys. These days, everything is just plain and modern. We can just scatter the rest as and when we please. Oh, and of course, we can't just leave these roofs looking bare. Ay, caramba. Does this look nice? Well, I did have plans to add like archways, so I'm just gonna try how that looks. It just looks the same, but we'll leave it, I suppose. So I'm building a car park here, and this is gonna be where the adoptive parents like come and look, because the whole point of an orphanage is that people who are looking to adopt kids can meet them. Did any of you watch Tracy Beaker or The Dumping Ground?
Tracy, what? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Every now and then they'd have couples coming in who want to adopt one of the kids. These car parking spaces are going to be for them and for the orphanage staff. I wouldn't mind getting adopted by somebody who has this red sports car. I suppose we should finish this off with some nice greenery. You know, lately I've been really obsessed with my greenery.
I'm obsessed.
Also, I feel like we should have some like picnic areas out here. Since Christmas has passed, I feel like we shouldn't use the winter trees anymore. So it's back to the basics. Let's go inside, design the layout, build the layout, and then let's get this tour done. As you walk in, the thing is, I want it to be like a massive entryway with like some big chunky window at the end. And then we can actually take down these doors and have them as big rooms. On the left side, we're gonna have the movie theater. In orphanages, they'll often have big movie nights, especially back in the day. On this side, it's gonna be the cafeteria, obviously where they're gonna be eating. And then in the entryway, it's gonna be also kind of the communal area. Then as we go upstairs, and the left side will be the kids' orphanage and the right side will be the babies. Suppose we probably should have some sort of bathroom here. So my good idea for the stairs is that we're gonna have a double staircase. Look at this bad boy. We are gonna have the chunkiest window Bloxburg's ever seen. And for the walls, we're gonna go for a very elegant / creepy old vibe. Why do I say vibe like that? But you actually have to be relatively clever when you do these, because we've got to make the bottom of the top one brown. And then the top of the bottom one, brown. This way, it kind of looks like an entire wall. Come on, people. Why does it never let me place this? It's okay. We can just add a normal wall trim on top. And then perhaps this can be a feature wall. That actually was a blessing in disguise. It looks really nice. I'm always a big fan of the chandeliers. You guys know when I see a chandelier, I just want to start swinging from it. So bougie. But now we've got the rough infrastructure in, we can really pick up the pace of this build. So as I said, we're going to need doors going into each side. And this is the most random question, but who here has watched Riverdale? If you've watched Riverdale, who remembers when Cheryl got sent to that orphanage? If you've seen that, then you'll have a rough idea of kind of what an orphanage is like. Basically, there's going to be a lot of seats. And why does my emojis keep coming up? Emojis, I don't want to use you. And I know they didn't have electricity in the Victorian age, but we're going to add lamps anyway. It's a reno, guys. We've renovated it. Also in the communal area, when you're in an orphanage, everybody sort of has to chip in.
Smell, go ahead.
You will pick it up. You don't tell me what to do.
You do not tell me what to do.
You don't just get to live like a king until you get adopted. In this orphanage, you're going to have to help with the washing, and you get to use the bougie washing machines. You know what I find so funny though? When people talk in an English accent, because literally nobody sounds like this. Loads of you guys tell me I sound posh. I don't.
It gives me great pleasure to congratulate.
We just have to do the entryway, which is going to be as a normal house where you'd put all of your shoes. You know what's so perfect? Back in the olden days, they would normally have slippers for everybody. And I just think that's so wholesome and cute. And also, I don't know why I didn't just copy and paste one of these with all the slippers in. I'm honestly so stupid. Guys, but you're used to it by now.
You're joking. Not another one?
Just to finish this room off, to neaten up the staircase, and then we can pop an extra light under the floorboards because ain't nobody got room for another light up here. But at least I did do the upstairs hallway as well, which is looking just so divine.
You are so beautiful.
What I want to do is, of course, the movie theater. And it's not going to be like a living room. No. It's going to be like a real movie theater. Floor is going a little bit mental chicken oriental on these corners. Of course, the screen we're going to be using, we're not even going to use this one. We're going to be using the OG. And then back in the day, the projector would be in front of it, kind of like this. But I'm just going to add some projectors here. And of course, in here, we should probably add some blinds as it is a movie theater room. And there's nothing worse than light being on the TV screen. Apart from that loud woman who will not stop munching on her popcorn and chit-chatting away to her husband. Now, I am using benches. That's because, again, I'm just taking inspiration from all the films I've watched. The matrons of the orphanage, they would sit over in the corner and obviously supervise everyone. And over here in the corner is going to be the snack station, which in the modern day can consist of a popcorn machine. But no coffee machines. You're not allowed coffee at this young age, guys. Leave the coffee to the old boomers, guys. Next up, before we go into like the kitchen dining sort of space, I kind of feel the bedrooms coming on. And why does this square floor actually look kind of nice? And also this disgusting blue color needs to go. We'll replace it with a nice elegant green. And vertical stripes are definitely giving orphanage vibe. And guys, it's the bed's moment. This bed has been waiting for so long on my channel. This gives orphanage. I kind of wanted them to be like head to head and then the pathway through the middle. And I am going to delete these beds because I do need to decorate them first. I told you I'm so dumb. It's going to be kind of a luxury bedroom. Like I'm giving them the best things, like a comforter. You think you were getting this in the Victorian days? No. You'd be lucky if you got a cloth. And adding this unique bedding helps to make the beds look more individual and separate. Now we've got the two major parts of a room, the wardrobe and the desk. The wardrobes are going to be all along this back hall, and then whoever like does the most cleaning or something is going to win these open wardrobes. Then I've put the mirrors. Then we'll have a couple of sitting areas, obviously because these are the windows over here. Like that's a seat in itself. It's kind of going to be like a shared desk, like you're going to have to take in turns to do your homework. Now that just sounds to me like an amazing excuse to not do homework. Be like, oh sorry matron, the desk wasn't free. And just to give it that final flair, we're putting a vanity light. No, to be fair, I'm not vain, but when I walk past the mirror, I do like do a double take. Might as well do the nursery on the other side. We're going to have a vintage pink. And when I say vintage pink, I literally mean just normal pink. And as anybody else's like Bloxburg, it doesn't load the pictures for ages. I'm like, girl, how am I meant to build if I can't even see what's there? And the only thing that's going to be the same is the cribs are going to be in the same place. When I see an orphanage like this, I just think of that scene from Elf. Obviously, the babies don't have many clothes. So instead, we're going to add lots of books because we want to be educating them. These kids are going to be Harvard ready by the time they leave this orphanage. And the one stressful thing about filming, guys, is wondering if you're recording or not. Every now and then I just have to go whoop, and look if this recording button's still on. And I always have like a panic attack before I do it.
I'm having a panic attack right now.
And this is where it's becoming a little bit more modern because we don't actually have Victorian kids' toys in the game. Also on this side, we're going to have the baby changes. And then on this side can be the play area. And I don't know why I coloured these grey. It makes them look all dusty and abandoned, but it's okay. And then we'll have some of those really cute paintings, which is like, be a lion, be strong, stand tall, giraffe. And I might leave it as some softer lighting in here. But I want to do the kitchen next. So this is going to be a very... Why am I shouting so loudly? I'm literally hitting 100 decibels right now. This kitchen is going to be very classical Victorian. Black and white flooring. Very, very typical kitchen. And we're not going to break tradition with the wall trims we've been using. We could use that icy brick. It just looks like old-fashioned brick. I wouldn't look at it and immediately think, ice, ice, baby. The counters we were using earlier are honestly perfect. Now, we've got to remember, this has to be the dining room. It's not just a big kitchen for me to build as if we're in a mansion again. And the first thing I'm adding in is a sink because I know what you guys will say. Reese's! Where's the sink? We've got to make this very like practical to cook for a lot of people. So I'm using the Pro Chef stove. I normally like colour, but I guess it is just the orphanage style. Oh my gosh, loads of you guys have started to join already. What do y'all think this is so far? We'll look at people's response in a second. And then island. This is basically just to give more space for eating. And that looks so ugly. What was I even thinking with that? Let's see what people have said. It looks good. Is it a mansion? How many cars do you have?
Everyone's been requesting a car tour.
Now, I want a real sense of togetherness in my orphanage. Everyone has to get along. So the whole table is going to be conjoined together in an L shape. I thought it would look daft, but it actually looks kind of elegant. Now, finally, we have the bathroom, the place where you can let out your poo-poo. The bathroom is going to be the only room which isn't made of wood. It's going to be made of tiles and concrete, rather. So obviously under the window is going to be where all the showers go. And hanging up on the privacy walls can be all of the towels. So we're going to add toilets as well. Just lock the door if you need a poo. That's kind of like the unspoken rule. Marjorie's having a poo, John. You can't go in the bathroom. And that beautiful bathroom concludes True Reese's Orphanage. All of you guys are here to come and look around. So let's go take a peek. Just before we do though, this orphanage values at 800,000. Wow, y'all really can't wait to go inside. We've obviously got a beautiful infrastructure and like the car parks, the benches, everything just to sort of make it a really nice outside. But I will admit, I'm very proud of the actual building. If we go inside, oh my gosh, all my little orphans running around. First room over here. Oh, hey girly, is the slipper room. So this is where all of the shoes will go. This is the community area where you can do the washing or just sit down. It's honestly very big and the staircase is so grand. Into this room is where we'd have movie night. So the matrons would sit over here. I guess that's me because I own it.
I'm the owner of this house.
And then the orphans would sit here and we'd have a movie night. Hopefully not watching the news if we've looked forward all week to seeing it. Maybe we'd be watching the theatre production of Annie. Oh my gosh, why does that kind of look like Annie?
It's the hard knock life.
If we go to the other side, my stomach's rumbling after that film. We have the kitchen. Oh my gosh, this is grand. Over here is where world famous chefs like Gordon Ramsay, Mary Berry the cook would come and make our food. And then when it's dinner, it's a bit more formal. We would all take a seat at the table, guys. It's time to go up the long-awaited grand staircase. Oh my gosh, there's a floating girl! This staircase is honestly just filled with grandeur. To the right, we have the orphans' bedrooms. So why is this actually so luxury? The wardrobes are definitely a top pick. Or the beds, to be honest. Then we have the desk and the little seating areas. Now, if we need a little number 2... Oh, looks like these girls are in here. You should have put the sign up, guys. But the bathroom as a whole is nice. And of course, we do have the showers. And finally, for all of the babies, this is the babies' orphanage. I found some cute little pictures of animals. And then finally, we have the bookcases, which people love climbing. I do hope everybody enjoyed watching me build this orphanage and, of course, the tour. Thanks to everybody who came to look around it with me. Do subscribe to the channel if you had fun, and I'll see you all in the next one.